The Trade is brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.
Hello and welcome to The Trade. Before we get into the technicals, let's have a quick look at what traders are watching today. Iran and Israel launching new missile strikes as the air war between the two longtime enemies entered a sixth day, despite a call from US President Trump for Iran's unconditional surrender. The US Senate has passed a bill to create a regulatory framework for US dollar-pegged cryptocurrency tokens known as stablecoins, in a watershed moment for the digital asset industry. Japan's exports fell for the first time in 8 months in May, indicating that sweeping US tariffs are threatening the country's fragile economic recovery. And a Reuters Tankan poll showed Japanese manufacturers grew less confident about business conditions in June and expressed caution about the outlook for the next 3 months, citing US tariff uncertainties and weak Chinese demand. Of course, the Bank of Japan left its policy rate unchanged yesterday. Let's get across the technicals and delve into silver now. Jonathan Takadina from MPC Markets joins me. Jonathan, I'm excited we're doing this because I saw your LinkedIn post on it the other day. So silver, of course, is an area that we're looking at more closely as potentially gold has run its course, but also it's a spot to look at amidst this uncertainty, isn't it? A defence play. So what are you looking at in terms of specific companies here?
Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to talk about today is actually investing in silver miners itself. Okay, so if you want to take a less risky way, there is an actual silver ETF called ETP-MAG. So I had some clients buy some of that. But what I want to talk about today is actually investing in silver miners itself. And the best way to start is actually just show you the life cycle of a trade in silver. So Adriatic Metals is one that has just recently been taken over. So this is a weekly chart, and you'll see that back in 2019, I was actually, back in the day, companies actually used to come into people's boardrooms and actually, pitch the can out to start up with IPOs. And I was actually in a company where Adriatic, presented to us. I believe it was maybe about a 20 million market cap at about 20 cents. Fast forward 6 years down the road, 1.6 billion in market cap and got taken over at $5.50. So what you can see there is that it's kind of a volatile stock intraday. But if you zoom out, it's actually just a nice rising uptrend. Obviously, there are fallbacks and pullbacks, just like with any stock price. But you can just see, if you know that this mine is going to produce in the end, it's a good long-term play, and there is value created there. Now, the thing with Adriatic is that when they initially came out, what they were looking at was restarting an old mine. I forget the actual country in Europe, but what they were doing was just using new technology on an older existing mine, and that's what we kind of see happening in the mining space at the moment. So basically, Adriatic, it's running its course. If you went from where to go, I think it was roughly about a 27 bagger. So that's the kind of potential returns that you can get investing in silver mining or miners itself. So basically, what I want to talk about is what are the possible next Adriatics, and so I've got 3 candidates here, and here we go.
All right, here we go. Let's start with Andean Silver, potentially another Adriatic. What are you seeing there?
So they are based, so the deposit's actually in Chile, and in similar vein, it's an actual existing mine that got decommissioned because they couldn't find the grades. What we now have is management came in, bought it out, and I think they only paid roughly about $10 million for it right at the beginning, maybe a couple of years back. And you've got a couple of experienced operators there, and what their plan is to not just turn it back into production, but actually use modern techniques, do a lot of drilling, do a lot of scoping to get that base out there before you even start to think about returning it to an actual mine. So currently it's only about a 214 million market cap, trading around $1.10. I actually wrecked this as one of my Christmas picks in 24, around 90 cents. So what you see there, it trades in a big sideways range, but if you zoom out and have a think about that Adriatic chart, it roughly does the same thing. So anytime that one of the easier ways to actually trade this is you have like a trading parcel and like a longer hold parcel. Whenever the stock pulls back, you add up and buy a trading parcel. And whenever it flicks out and there's some good news there, flick out that trading parcel. But you always want to have a long-term hold in here, because I do think that this will turn back into a large type mine and be a larger market cap, well past the 200 million market cap where we are sitting at the moment.
Wow. All right. Going to the big league. Mithril Silver and Gold, code MTH. I know it's up 200% over the past 12 months, and you think it's got further to run? Yeah.
So what you got to remember with Mithril, it's only about a 73 million market cap, and it's based in Mexico. Now, looking at the presentation, Mexico is actually the largest producer of silver in the world. They do 25%. So you've got a lot of long-standing silver mines within the area. And good to know that management have actually had success in the past. So the CEO, Jeff Skeet, he sold a mine for, I think, $1.1 billion. And we're talking 10 odd years ago. So he's just running that same playbook again with Mithril here. So he's just going to expand the drilling, get it up to resource, double the known reserves of the mine, and then look to sell it off in the future. So at 73 million market cap, within an existing, as I said, the largest silver producer in the world, you're in the right space, and you're backing management that have runs on the board as well.
All right, runs on the board is what we want. The last one, Jonathan, Polymetals. What do you like about that?
So Polymetals. So this one actually came across my. I had to do some homework on this one. It came across. I had it on the call maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. What happens here is this is actually a local one. Mine's based in Cobar. I think it's about 4 hours west of where we are here in Sydney. So a local play. They just did a cap raise at 80 cents, and it's trading roughly about 88, 89 cents at the moment. And good news is that they actually announced their first production just this week. So producing silver, producing zinc, money in the bank, and all this one is basically you want them to expand that runway and production capability. So what you have here is you're just backing management to actually make their equipment run leaner and more efficient, and that comes with time in terms of mining. So it's not a case of you can just commission a plant and it just runs spectacularly off the bat. You have to adjust the equipment for the actual mine conditions itself. And what we'll see is that I think over time this goes from I think it's 176 million market cap, and it goes towards the maybe 300 million market cap from here.
All right, Jonathan, always a pleasure. Thank you with those silver miners. Jonathan Takadina from MPC Markets. That does it for this edition of The Trade. Be sure to join us next time.
The Trade was brought to you by Vantage Markets, delivering one of Australia's most trusted and award-winning trading experiences. Explore smart trading at vantagemarkets.com.au.